You ready for this?
And it begins.
It begins.
Let it begin.
It continues.
It continues. We continue.
Welcome back to the Six Man Podcast.
The Six Man Podcast with only two men
It's only two of us.
that cheer for different teams in the NBA.
Yeah, listen, this is going to cause a divide in our relationship.
I think it will cause a divide
It's
in our
causing a
relationship.
divide.
I would say that
I
it
can
is.
attest to that.
The amount of crap that I talked last week was
Yeah.
pretty foul.
But
I mean, we almost got personal.
The amount of trash I talked during the first game, though.
Listen, man.
To new listeners, in case you're wondering, he is a Cavs fan and I'm a Knicks fan. And in case you live under a rock, they are playing each other in a playoff
The
series.
New York Knickerbockers, man.
Well, things are also heating up because we copped some tickets.
We did cop some tickets.
Game 5.
This had been a long time coming. We had talked about it. We had talked about going to Cleveland for a while. And we're finally making it happen. And this time it's for a Cleveland playoff game.
Yeah. Any Cleveland listeners, we come in.
All you Cleveland fans out there.
Well, listen.
Cleveland!
If we have a certain amount of listeners in Belgium, I think there might be one in Cleveland. And if there isn't,
One or two.
maybe we can make a friend at the game.
Listen, man, I just want more friends that are from Cleveland. Just to see, just to see what it's like to have grown up in Ohio.
Yeah, are you sure you want Ohio friends?
That's what I'm saying. I want to get a actual visual of what Ohio people act like.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit troubled when I pull up to Cleveland.
You're going to be troubled when you pull up to Cleveland.
I can tolerate New Yorkers, but Ohioans...
Listen, man, all that happen, you can tolerate New Yorkers when you. I was thinking if we were to go to a Knicks game in MSG and I wore a Cavs jersey, I think bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, like all, and then I would have gotten beat up. Imagine your last, as you die, the last thing you hear is bing bong, bing bong.
No, you're gonna get binged and bonged.
I'm gonna get binged. If I were to go to New York in MSG with my Kyrie Cavaliers jersey on,
which goes kind of hard,
I think I would get binged and bonged. I am gonna wear that jersey though, the short sleeves. Yeah, the one he hits a shot in.
I'm gonna wear a Porzingis jersey.
You're gonna wear a Porzingoat jersey.
Yep.
Porzing mid jersey.
Listen, for like 30 games before he tore his ACL, he was absolutely cooking the league.
And it's weird because the Wizards actually do have a lot of talent on their team this year, including Kristaps Porzingis, and they couldn't even make the 10 seed. They couldn't even make a play-in game. Well, it's pretty shocking.
Well, you talked about possible beef between us, which is currently brewing, and it'll hit an all-time high when we go to a game
5.
Not only are we going against each other, our favorite teams are, and it has us we're
which incites violence.
Yeah, this might not be a healthy period for our friendship.
You just wait, man. The Cleveland militia that's gonna come after you. Listen, man. In Cleveland, they get crazy. In the stands, I'm gonna have my Cleveland jersey on. You're gonna have your Porzingis jersey on.
Yeah. And
when the Cavs beat them by 20 in the Cleveland Arena, in the Quicken Loans Arena.
No, it's not Quicken Loans.
It is Quicken Loans. It's in the Q.
It's like Rocket.
Or is it? No, it's Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse now.
Yeah.
It used to be the Q.
I know because I booked them tickets and they're on my phone.
He does always say in the Rock now. The Cavs announcers, not many people know, but they are kind of goated. I actually do like them.
Well, you like them because it's your team and you're used to hearing them speak.
Yeah. They're they're no Hornets announcers, but they're up there.
Listen,
I would say.
I'm just saying for playoff games, they take the Knicks announcers, and that's usually because the Knicks aren't in the playoffs. Dude, but also they're better. They're just
the
better.
Knicks just happen to have Mike Breen. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. You guys got lucky.
Mr. Bang himself.
Yo.
Yeah.
Mr. Bang is a crazy title.
This is a big episode for the show. We got a lot to unpack. We got a lot to talk about.
Absolutely.
The first thing we already got out of the way is that we're going to a playoff game.
We are going to a playoff game.
This is not only
this is huge for us.
Not only my first playoff game and your first playoff game, but your first time seeing your favorite team play.
Yes.
Cleveland.
Probably my favorite version of my team, I would say. This is, yes.
Now, as opposed to the version that won the championship?
See, yes. Just because.
That's a crazy
I love
statement.
LeBron. I loved Kyrie. But I don't know. It was like I was an early Cleveland fan. I will say, though, that it was nice to suffer for 4 years.
Was it nice?
and then draft all of our talent, and draft and trade for our talent.
Well, it made it much
Just
more
supreme GM decision making that got us to a top 3 seed in the East, or top 4 seed in the East.
It gives you a new level of empathy for me as a Knicks fan. We're chilling right now. We're about to beat the Cavaliers in 5.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
When I put this out, we'll know whether or not I'm wrong about that, because if the Cavs win, obviously it's not going to be Knicks in 5, but I stand by that. I was saying Knicks in 4 as a joke, but I kind of didn't want it to happen because I want to see the Knicks beat you on your home court and send you home. Cleveland cannot handle a game in the Garden where they're going to scream.
I like this narrative, man. I like this narrative. Like, we haven't beaten New York's ass in MSG multiple times, and it hasn't been an issue. That is not cap.
Yeah.
That is not cap. Ricky Rubio did you dirty last year.
How to fire anyone up when they're saying something completely valid, just say cap.
Just yell cap at them?
They will get so angry. Just say cap.
It is pretty easy to get people angry in an argument, I will say. You just resort to one word like that, or resort to one statement.
You're just like, nah.
You're wrong. You're an idiot.
Yeah. Do you know anyone, like, when you argue with them, you can see a little twinkle in their eye when they realize they're wrong, but they'd still double down on what they're saying?
No, I swear, though. That is me with, like, all my friends when I argue. I just continue to argue. I don't care if I'm wrong.
I know that light.
The more wrong I am, the louder I get.
I was specifically thinking of you when I said that, because I know the look you give me when you're like, oh, I'm wrong, but I'm going to keep arguing.
I'm just going to continue to argue because it's fun.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give up my pride. And I'm not about to admit that I was wrong.
It's 100% a pride thing.
It is 100% a pride.
Yeah.
But, is what it is.
I'm also pretty adamant in the fact that I think the Bucks are going to win the title.
Me as well.
This is a big game.
The Hawks and the Celtics are playing right now, but
actually, no, that's tomorrow. That game's tomorrow.
I couldn't care less.
That game's tomorrow.
Who else is playing tonight? Boston Hawks that I could not care less about.
Maybe it is, or it's like Minnesota, Denver. I have no idea. I should honestly check.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I have no idea who's playing other than Cleveland, New York, because my brain's filtered out any other outcome other than New York beating the Cavs by 20.
New York Brickerbockers are not getting anything done tonight.
Just because last game we were asked does not mean we will continue to be asked.
MSG, PSG, Spike Lee, I don't give a damn. Cavs in 6.
It is Denver versus Minnesota. And right now, currently the Hawks are beating the Celtics.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're up by...
In Atlanta. See, yeah, I think they will get one game.
I think
that's what I predicted. I think they will get one game in Atlanta, but I don't think it's not going to go much past 5.
I think on my bracket that we made, I said the Hawks would get 2 games, but I'm not sure.
Did I say that?
But we need to talk about that. So we both made a bracket.
We do need to. Do you have that documented?
I have it. Didn't we text it to each other?
I think I said it to you on call, and then I think you were taking it down.
I wrote it down, and I think I have it here. But with our second segment, we'll jump in and talk about that. But right now, I think we should figure out the stakes. If you're too broke to afford something for the other person, then we'll just do a punishment. So it's up to you whether or not you want to potentially do a punishment if you're more wrong with our bracket.
You're broke and you get a punishment. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Not only does doing a punishment mean that you agreed that you didn't have enough money for potential prize.
It means you're a broke boy.
It means you're broke and you're down bad.
You had a tough go.
No, part of me wants to say, like, run a lap in the cold, but it's not cold anymore. Like, we
used to do that too, and that was kind of light. I'm gonna be honest. It felt nice.
Light work.
Now it wouldn't have been bad if it weren't for the fact that I think every time I did it, I was in like bare feet, and all of your snow is that kind of snow that has a ice crust on top,
Yep.
And so every single step was like a. And it's cutting my feet.
It's some sharp ice, but
it is some
your
sharp
boy
ice.
loves to do a little
but it's
swan
a good thing
dive.
I ain't no bitch.
I do a fat swan dive into the ice.
A fat swan dive.
I hit a swim stroke when I'm doing it.
Swim stroke.
Yeah, bro.
Swan diving into some ice is pretty crazy, I will say.
I think it's very sane.
Have you ever been underwater while there's ice covering it, while it's frozen over?
No.
Never?
No.
Never like cut a hole in some water and
Like
submerged yourself.
talking about ice fishing, dude. That's mad cold.
No, you just seem like the type.
What
man.
scenario?
I don't know. You're a swimmer, maniac. So.
Yeah, the closest I've come to that is one time I was like goofing around with my friends, and we threw a giant rock into the water and made a big hole. And then they're like, "I'll give you $10 if you put your head in the hole." And of course I did. And guess who didn't pay me?
That's crazy.
I kept receipts, y'all. You did not pay me. I was promised $10. The other thing is I remember in high school, one time our gym teacher was, you know where they put the net up, where it's slowly
Which one?
at more of an angle?
Yes. Yeah.
Like the ones that are kind of on an arm and they come up like
Yeah.
diagonally.
Yep.
Yeah. So slowly the net just starts angling more. And this net was high up and it was angled. And this kid says to me, because I square up at the 3-point line, he's like, "If you make this, I'm giving you $20. I swished that. And he did not pay me.
Oh.
Yeah.
You've had a bad history with that.
Yeah. Listen, sir, I won't call you by name, mister, but you know who you are. You definitely don't listen to this show, but you owe me $20. One day I'll come to your door and
demand my $20.
I'll ask for the $20 I need,
and he
because
won't give it to you.
I will have
Just
spent.
say, "I don't remember you. Who are you?
Yeah.
I've never seen you before in my life."
I will have spent all my money on courtside seats, and I will need $20 so that I can eat my next meal. It'll be at that point.
I am pretty close to just dropping all of my funds on courtside seats, though. I will say. I think
like I'll parlay.
I think I.
Knowing you,
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
I'm one win away. Trust me.
Hear me out. A parlay and courtside
So-
seats, so you can just be stressed the whole
You
game.
parlay the game you're at, so it's like not even enjoyable.
It's not even enjoyable.
Because I don't enjoy the games I bet on. Like,
No,
honestly.
I don't know why I do this to myself.
I always bet on games where I'm not invested in either team. It's like the Timberwolves versus the Jazz.
Yeah.
And I bet on Markkanen to score 20 and Edwards to score 20 with 4 3-pointers. And I just hope that all 3 of those outcomes happen, so I win 15 cents.
15 cents really have been our payouts too.
Did you see the meme of the guy who bet 10 cents on the Super Bowl to not go to overtime to win a penny? Bro, sometimes you just need a win.
Did it for jokes.
No, sometimes you just need a win.
10 cents for a penny is crazy.
No, you get 11 cents back.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, you can't lose money on a bet. That's
Well, maybe you can.
unless you lose the bet, obviously.
Maybe
but
you can. Maybe they have those odds now.
negative 10,000.
10,000. They have those out. I don't even know what a kind of bet like that would be.
No, that's too much for my brain to understand.
Someone to touch the basketball throughout this game.
Imagine you'd bet against that happening.
Just rolled around on the court the
Yeah.
whole game.
I'm gonna bet the under on the under's 2 points. I don't think anyone's gonna score tonight. Hot take. The Cavs
Hot take, no one will score in this NBA game.
the Cavs and Chicago Bulls are really good at defense. Like, I could see it being a no-score game.
I don't even know what the lowest scoring game of all time was, but
Dude, the games in like the 50s with when George Mikan was cooking.
George McCon,
was-
Pecan.
The finals were like, it was like 50 to like 56. Like that was the score.
He did it to him in goggles too. Like all year round, he wore number 99.
No, I don't care who you
wore
are.
some goofy goggles
Yeah, I
with a basic ass haircut, but happened to be like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. I don't care how tall you are. If you're wearing goggles and I get cooked, I have to retire.
They really did have that Brooke Lopez drip though back in the day.
Dude, they all
Knee
did.
high socks.
Brooke Lopez is in the wrong era.
Imagine hooping in Chucks. Like,
Let's ask this question. If you put Brooke Lopez into the 1950s, is he like better than George Mikan? Because I feel like he is.
I feel like he is as well, honestly.
Dude, he's got a post game. He's nice.
I watch him pull threes and dunk the basketball. That's all I see.
But there's some games where he just doesn't take any threes and still gets like 20 points and 10 rebounds.
Yeah, I can see that.
And he just backs people down and takes his dinky little hook shots.
No, man, that's Robin. You must have forgot about Robin.
Well, Robin does that too. Robin has one move.
Robin spams that.
Yeah.
That is his whole game.
That's his one move.
Is the hook over whoever the hell is in front of him.
You know it because he's on your team, but that man's bounced around from team to team. Like, no one wants that guy.
I'm glad he's a Cleveland Cavalier this year. It does make sense. It's honestly on brand for Robin to be a Cleveland Cavalier.
Oh, it's very on brand. Like last year, he went and signed with Orlando, and I firmly believe that was so he could go to Disneyland more, or like Disney World. Or
I like
whatever.
how he always sits on the ground too.
See, here's the thing. Maybe Americans are gonna hate me for this, but I don't know where is which.
I feel like we start a lot of statements like that on this pod.
I'm sorry, guys,
The
but
Americans are gonna
tell
hate
me
us for
where is Disney World and where is Disneyland? I feel like Disneyland is in Florida and Disney World is in California.
this. Opposite.
It's opposite?
Yes.
See, that's what I mean. I'm wrong.
It's really a
Sue me.
50-50 thing that you got to learn, man.
Sue me.
Disney World is in Florida. Disneyland
Are you
is
sure
in
about
Cali.
that?
I am sure about that.
Have you been there?
Yes.
Is that, you
Light flex.
Disney World.
I've been to Disney World, guys. It's really not a big deal, but I have been to Disney World.
No, I always say to my parents, I had a 99.
Shut up, band class.
I had a 99.9% amazing childhood. I couldn't have asked for more.
That's a crazy take.
Not a crazy take. I'm very lucky. Like growing
What
up,
was that point one?
until I was like 12 years old, my mom didn't work and she just spent time with me and my brother, took us around to go like play in mud puddles and shit and explore stuff. I had a good time.
Your mom let you go
But
into mud puddles?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
There's so many videos of
I respect that.
You never stomped around in some rubber boots?
No, I definitely did, but
In a
I don't
puddle?
think my mom endorsed me going and like rolling around in some mud because that's what I would have done.
Well, I think filming your child while he does it is like
you were filmed as well.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think that definitely encourages that behavior.
Yeah. Now, as soon as the camera came out, though, and I was a kid, my mom had the like over the shoulder big that looks like it's in a TV show. Like the director is recording.
Yeah.
Walking around the house, every single Christmas morning, I made sure my head was always in the frame, always in the frame. My mom would have to like kick me out of it. So every single home video we have is just my mom scolding me for being either too loud or in the way.
Well,
of
every
something,
video of me
which is really how I moved back in the day.
Every video of me is just me like, "Are you watching me?"
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the whole purpose of the video is to watch me over and over.
Man, why are kids so stupid?
But you know what I didn't understand is while I was being filmed, I would like go behind the camera and look and be puzzled as to why I wasn't in the shot. I was a little bit behind.
Wait, what is going on here?
I thought
What is this? What is this witchcraft I'm seeing?
I thought there was like a delay maybe, or like maybe mom would just show me like the clip, but no. I'm just like, where am I? Why am I not in the video? Even though I'm like, oh, the camera's pointed there, and I'm
Mom.
standing here like a goofy guy.
Your mom was really hating though. She was making sure you did not get famous.
Actually, I don't care. I don't want to be famous. I just want to get the word out.
I don't really want to be famous either, I think.
Like, I want my name will probably be known.
I don't
by a
know.
few.
I
Because
would like to be famous, just not as famous as people who are I don't know. Like there's different levels of fame.
Pick
and
a celebrity, and for me to
That's
get a
how famous I
gauge
wanna
as
be?
how famous you want to be.
Okay.
It would definitely be someone that's a mystery. I think
Michael Cera.
I was not expecting
Everyone
that.
just loves that guy, but he just like kind of hangs out and doesn't really like.
See, I have another really lovable character that I would choose. Now, I don't want the personal life because this dude's had mad personal tragedies. It's almost borderline unlucky. It is unlucky. Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
I aspire to be like Keanu in some ways. I've been also told now that with my recent hairstyle, I look like him. The other one I got, and this one was really insulting, is I look like Ponytail Derek, apparently. And I don't even know what
Ponytail Derek?
Yeah, I was told that yesterday.
I don't know who that is.
What
I'm
is-
guessing it's a guy named Derek with a ponytail, but
Let's see. Ponytail Derek. What movie is it from? Oh, okay. Perks of Being a Wallflower. That's the movie.
isn't that one like extremely sad?
Yes. And
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie.
he's also apparently an abusive boyfriend.
Oh,
which
nice.
I don't condone that.
Well,
this,
no, we don't condone
this
that.
guy.
This goofy bastard. Oh, what is that? Why does the ponytail look so greasy, though?
Bro, it was a big insult.
that looks borderline like you just got out of the shower greasy. I don't understand.
Yeah. No, I took that as a huge insult. But
If you are gonna have long
I
hair,
just
though,
rolled with it. We've been rolling with a lot of things lately.
if you're gonna be a grown man with long hair, please just make sure it's a little luscious. Like
Yeah,
I
take
don't want
care
to
of
see
it.
some. Take care of your hair.
I
if you
want to
grow it
see
out.
some Momoa action.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Jason Momoa type beat.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Little curl, wavy, luscious locks.
Yeah. I mean, I've come a long way from shaving my head that one time.
Yeah,
You guys were so happy to do it, but I was like secretly like, no,
took like 3 hours.
I'm doing this as self-sabotage. No, those clippers were brutal because you were
They're
using
so
them
bad.
backwards. You
They
were
just
using them backwards, bro. No, that was definitely.
How was I using them backwards? That doesn't even make any sense.
You were using them backwards, but
With your hair
That
or
was-
with the clippers themselves? How was I?
the clippers.
I was going like this?
The clippers were backwards.
Okay, I don't know how that happened, but okay.
I realized that after the fact. But anyway, that was like 2 years ago.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I was saying to you before the pod that it's been 2 years since I kind of took that first hiatus from the show. And things are definitely very different now, in a good way.
All around for both of us.
Well, and this is one of the things we've been wanting to announce. We've been teasing this for a while. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode. And if you're wondering what BetterHelp is, I personally went through the process of signing up, and it's super simple, easy, and they cater a therapist just to you.
BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call.
And again, that's BetterHelp. Better H-E-L-P. With BetterHelp, you can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you with more scheduling flexibility and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/thesixman. That's betterhelp.com/THE6IXMAN.com.
Woo!
All right, and back to the show. But yeah, man, like we got so much going on, but it's so much positive. The last couple of months have been so stressful, and I could use a change of pace, and that's what feels like is happening. It's not that I don't want to work hard anymore. It's that I want to shift my energy towards something I'm much more passionate about. And I don't mean just this. Like I want to get into, now that I'm done my college program and I can get into my career as a personal trainer. Now, I hope that's very short term because I want to do much bigger things than that, but I'll be doing some group fitness, hopefully working at a gym. I like that through my job I can kind of stay a bit fit, and I'm pretty hyped for that. But I also want to use this time to focus more on the show. Season 3 about to come out. We're getting real hype about that.
Yes, sir.
But we are in the midst of a 2-part banger.
2-part banger. This being in place firstly, before the game tonight.
Yeah.
And then one afterwards where we have gotten all of our shit talking out. Yet we will probably continue.
Oh, it's going to continue.
It's going to continue, and it's going to be a lot of me speaking about how bad the Knicks lost in MSG.
Well, I'm going to be talking about how it was right that the Cavs would lose by 20 in MSG because they can't handle the smoke. The best fan base, actually, we're not the best fan base. We're very toxic.
Didn't take long for us to figure you out, man.
No, but speaking of toxic fan bases, I'm here to call out, like, I'm ashamed to be from the Six because of what took place after the play-in game.
Listen,
Raptors fans,
y'all need to get it together.
If you are the toxic one who would cuss out a 9-year-old girl, I don't care whose daughter it is, you gotta look in the freaking mirror, man.
I don't even think it was just cussing out. The threats.
Yeah.
Like, multiple extremely violent threats were given towards her.
You are a sad piece of work. If after it's not like it's a. I mean, I don't condone it no matter the game, but it's a play-in game. It's a play-in game.
Yeah.
And you're attacking a 9-year-old girl because she may have
made
contributed.
Your team miss free throws.
Yeah.
Like, no, they had never shot. I was asking, I forget who about this.
They shot 50%.
I want to know what their season free throw percentage was, how often they were shooting 50%. Because if it was 50%, or if it wasn't often 50% from the free throw line on an entire team, you lost to a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
You lost the basketball game to a 9-year-old girl. That is
Well,
Crazy.
she did not play on the Bulls.
She did contribute to their win, though.
She did help out.
She did help out for sure.
She probably did more than Pat Bev.
Probably, yes. Probably did more than Pat Bev.
No,
I think Freddie had a pretty good game.
I'm not going to be a Pat Bev hater because that is one of the names you scream when you play clamp defense on me. That and Davion.
That and Davion Mitchell.
My guy, Off Night. I love that nickname.
Off Night?
Off Night.
Davion Off Night Mitchell, that's his name?
Off Night, like night is in like night, like KNI.
KNIGHT.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, because he's Sacramento Kings. So that's kind of their branding. Like, it's a sick nickname if you think about it.
Off Night,
Yeah.
I guess. What is the off part, though? I don't understand the off night. Like,
You're having an off night when
But
he
with-
guards you.
oh, okay. Okay. I
So, like, every player he defends has an off night.
I see.
That's kind of what his
I see.
nickname
I
entails.
see. I like that.
But it's a little bit complicated to the
That is
casual
actually a really
fan.
cool nickname. I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
And it's very fitting for Davion because
It is very fitting.
he does that. I
Yep.
watched him. I mean, he had a tough time last night against Steph Curry, though.
Yeah, everyone's going to have a tough time against Steph Curry at some point in their career, except for Drew Holiday. But
Listen, man, they are going to get Draymond back, and I think they're going to tie the series.
I think it's possible. I think I have
It's certainly possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I have Sacramento in 7 though. I think if they're gonna get it done, it's gonna be tomorrow night. I think every team's just gonna win at home. I think the Warriors cannot get it done on the road, and they won't be able to get it done on the road in the playoffs against an elite team that is the Sacramento Kings and finish 3 places ahead of them in the Western Conference.
That reminds me, do you remember that Clippers Mavs playoff series where every single game that was won by the road team?
Was that in the bubble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, okay.
So how does that even work?
But it's like, how do you dictate home court advantage in the bubble?
There was none.
The bubble was a weird time to be a fan.
That was
But
a
it was
wild time to be a fan.
It was a gift from the basketball gods, if I'm being honest. Like, that was a beautiful time to watch basketball.
That was a beautiful time to watch
But it was
basketball.
also weird as shit.
Speaking of bubble basketball, how about we watched Jamal Murray drop 40 last night, and
It was nice to see.
it was very nice to see, and I hope there is more of that to come from our Canadian brethren.
Edwards also had 40.
He did. Edwards is very off and on, though.
4th youngest player to have 40 points in a playoff
Dropped
game.
40 and they still lost. It's unfortunate. It's
Well-
not unfortunate. I don't care if the Timberwolves lose, to be honest.
No.
I like Edwards, but he's very...
I like Edwards, but I can't
He can
stand
be
Rudy Gobert.
inconsistent. I can't stand Rudy Gobert. I also don't like Cat. Bro changes his voice every interview.
It's so funny.
So goofy.
I mean, as someone who has a podcast, I do change my voice when I record.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, there are certain people that I talk differently to.
Cat's also wasn't as bad. I like to clown Cat, but I did watch the video, the montage of him doing however many voices he did like 4 or 5 different voices, and it wasn't too bad. There was 1 or 2 where I was like,
No.
okay, he's really putting on a show.
The one that where they're like, this is his real voice, where he's like, and after all that, no, I always
he
whenever
does have some zest.
whenever I see that video, I look for the comment with the painted.
Yeah.
And after all
The
that,
zest emoji.
oh,
Oh,
Cat.
come on, Cat, man.
yeah,
That wasn't even the worst of his career, though.
bro, just flip flops around. If that's what you sound like, bro, own it.
No, the Jimmy Butler beef was the worst. The worst.
No,
hit on
that
his
was
career.
crazy,
Bro, that ended anyone having any sort of likability towards Cat.
Where bro,
Unless you were a Minnesota Timberwolves fan.
Bro
which
is-
is tough.
bro was meowing at him.
Meowing.
That's crazy.
Imagine getting meowed at and it has context. That's embarrassing
Yeah.
for you.
No, he was meowing at him, and that.
I mean, he had a head up on
I
him.
hope
that
that's real.
Yeah,
I hope that's.
I think it
real.
is real. I
Yeah.
think it is real. I think knowing Jimmy Butler, I feel like it definitely is real.
But it sounds like Jimmy respected Wiggins when he was there. Like, he didn't.
yeah, he didn't have a problem with Wiggins, I don't think.
But and the thing is, I don't know what this means for the Timberwolves, but do you remember the beginning of the season where Cat was like trying to be a leader and where he talked about how he's like, I know you guys think it's funny when Ant talks about eating Popeyes, but I don't find that funny at all. It was like, bro, he's healthy. He plays the games.
Yeah.
It's just That's not the type of thing I want to hear from a leader.
I don't know. I kind of
respect
get
the
what he's
mindset.
saying though. I kind of get what he's saying, and Ant is known for like kind of being haphazard with his basketball aspirations. I feel like,
But
and
it's
he's
like-
always been known for that. So
He-
I kind of get it, but Popeyes, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. If anyone next year is going to make a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander level leap, it's going to be Ant next year.
Oh man,
I can see Ant averaging 30 next year.
I can also see that happening, but
But I could also
don't
see him
know.
averaging the exact same.
I don't know, man. I don't think he cares about it enough. I don't think he cares enough. I'm gonna be honest.
You going to keep acting? Is that what you think?
I think he has a lot of talent, and I'm not saying he doesn't work at all. Like I don't know his regiment, but based off of what I know his reputation is and how he came into the league, which was rather having been able to play in the NFL than the NBA, I don't know. Maybe his mentality will change, but he's always been compared to Michael Jordan. And I don't see that. I'm going to be honest. I don't see it. I see it in his game, but I don't see it in his mentality. I don't see it in his legacy and how he'll go
It's
down in
like-
history.
If Michael Jordan kind of wanted to be a football player while in college.
He does look shockingly like Michael Jordan, though, I will say. When
You
their
know who
faces are
looks-
beside each other,
Jimmy Butler looks like Michael Jordan.
I would argue that Anthony Edwards looks more like Michael Jordan. than
Well,
Jimmy.
have you not read those conspiracy theories that,
Jimmy's his son, yeah.
yeah,
Which, honestly, it wouldn't imagine if he did find out it was Michael Jordan, though.
you'd probably cuss him out every time he played Charlotte.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably would. Yeah, no, it makes sense though. I will say the ego, the mentality, it all does line up. I will say.
Yeah.
But Jimmy came from nothing, man. So
Yeah, I know. If there's one player I love, it's Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy buckets. He's gonna have a great playoff series.
He takes the LeBron coast in the regular season thing to the next level. Like there are games where he takes 4 shots.
Yep.
In the regular season. But every playoff game, he is just going crazy. He has near triple doubles like it's nothing. As someone who had Jimmy Butler on my fantasy team, it was frustrating.
They just barely got into the playoffs too. If he's coasting all the way through the regular season like that, and you barely made the playoffs, then there's got to be something wrong with the Heat. It's not just Jimmy playing bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Duncan Robinson is on one of the worst contracts in the league. And the Heat are not going to make it past the first round. Losing Tyler Hero was tough.
That was tough.
That was tough.
Well, there were like 4 injuries that day that just shocked the NBA. Because Giannis and Ja both got hurt on, it was like a charge type play.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis fell on his back and Ja completely overextended his wrist.
Mm-hmm.
But
That was a really gross injury. I did not want to watch that over again. I don't even think I really watched it.
do you think Bro's going to play? Do you think he's done for the playoffs?
I think he'll play one more game.
Because it happened one more game?
Yeah.
Like, if they're within elimination,
Yeah.
he'll play?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man. Like,
But at the same time, the only game that they have won is when he doesn't play. And they are known to be better without him. So
they're a lot like the Bucks in the fact that when Giannis is out for the Bucks, it's like the Bucks don't miss a beat.
yeah.
Like that team is just a winning culture. It reminds me a lot like the Spurs. Because they would do the same thing where they would strategically rest players because of knee soreness, back soreness or whatever.
Right.
When in reality, Pop was just resting them.
Yeah.
Pop would do that.
Mhm.
I think both those teams are very similar in the fact that when Ja is out, Tyus Jones steps up, man.
Tyus Jones does step up.
He has
Kenny
to
Lofton Jr. is about to step up.
Kenny, man.
Kenny, man.
Yeah. But Tyus Jones is one of the best point guards in the league, and he's a backup.
That is a crazy take. I'm not going to lie.
He has, the last...
One of the best point guards in the league is a pretty outlandish
Okay.
take, I will say.
He's
Starting level point guard, though.
He should be starting on, half the teams in the league. Dude,
I don't know.
whenever he has to step up, he does. Bro, for the last 6 seasons, had the best assist to turnover ratio in the entire league for 6 years.
Mm.
It's not a fluke.
Hmm.
He, just like Emmanuel Quickly, when he is
Here we go.
when he's asked to start, he cooks.
He doesn't have that dog in him.
They
Have you
both
watched
do.
the playoffs so far.
It was one game, dude. Let it
2
go.
games.
Watch tonight.
2 games.
Quickly's gonna have 20 tonight.
RJ Barrett's going to play horrible. Emmanuel Quickly isn't going to break
But-
10 points. I'm
Right.
knocking on wood for all of this, though, because last time I predicted a Knicks stat line, Julius Randle dropped 57. So I'm just going to knock on wood.
Listen, knocking on wood ain't gonna change what's gonna
Listen.
happen to your Cavaliers. I'm
Listen,
saying
I'll
that.
knock on wood all I want to, and the Knicks will still lose.
All right. Well, I think we're about that time.
I think it is about that time.
We did say we were gonna break in the middle. We're gonna come back post game where we might be a little under the influence. But
Possibly, you know.
it's okay. We'll be all right.
We're done. We're done exams. We're done. We're free.
celebrating.
We are free men.
We are celebrating.
We are celebrating.
So we're gonna go watch this whole game. We're gonna have a time, and we'll be back. Now, you guys don't have to go anywhere because it's gonna cut right to the next part of the podcast.
Magic.
So should we play the theme music here or just jump right in?
Jump right in.
Jump right in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll see y'all in a minute,
Bye.
but it'll be hours for us.
Literal hours. Hours of Brickerbocker.
I'm just gonna say before I go, the Cavs are gonna get cooked.
L Knicks in the chat. L Knicks in the chat.
All right, we back. and
I'm
we-
sitting a little differently right now.
Yeah, it's kind of sus. I'm not
yeah,
gonna
it is
lie.
a little bit zesty, but you know, I'm sitting like to the side. I'm almost sitting like Brooke Lopez with my crossed legs, but you know.
Yeah. Well, we lied and it's halftime, but it was such a brutal half that we just had to speak about it.
That
for a
was one of the
minute.
worst halves of basketball I think I've ever watched in my entire
Cleveland has 32 at the half.
life. It is tough.
I've
but
seen them drop 32
listen,
in a quarter.
If Cleveland has proved one thing throughout these first two games of the series, it's that we can make minor adjustments.
You're gonna
And
need
that be the only issue, all right? That is the only issue.
Listen, you take a minute and realize that you're going to need some major adjustments after that half.
Listen, man, the only adjustments we need is to get locked into this game and start making shots because we have been clamping the New York Knicks. Now, I will say that we have also been missing shots, but we have been clamping the New York Bricks all game.
It's funny how you say on one end there's clamping and then you're just missing shots. It kind of seems like you are getting clamped.
No, I think we're just missing shots. You guys aren't playing good defense. We're just missing shots.
We're a good defensive team.
Not as good as Cleveland.
Tibbs,
Not as good as Cleveland.
you underestimate quickly.
Bro, all
the
Tibbs does
quickly
is just
effect.
play his players too much. That's all he does. He sucks.
No,
And
he's
his
got
hair
a,
sucks, and he can't grow a beard, and his last name is Thibodeau, so there's that. And he's ugly.
Well, guess what? His basketball team is up on the Cleveland Cavaliers by 13 at the half.
It's not gonna last long.
game
It's
3.
really not gonna last long.
MSG, you not ready.
I don't care if MSG.
You just weren't ready for
I
it.
don't give a damn. Spike Lee is not doing anything. I don't care how many necklaces he has on. Okay, I don't care.
Don't talk about Spike Lee like
I
that.
will talk about Spike Lee, a man with a first name Spike, as much as I want to. All
He's
right.
the messiah of Knicks
Don't
fans.
ever call him the Messiah ever again. Spike Lee is a bum.
Whoa.
He sucks. He doesn't know how to cheer a basketball
A
team.
Spike Lee joint.
All he does is just yell a bunch on the court side of Madison Square Garden. Yeah, you know, it is what it is.
We're giggling and we're about to go.
We're chuckling.
What
you
are
know?
we about to go watch the rest of the game in a hot tub.
In a hot tub. I love a good tub.
We're
man.
gonna sit several feet apart.
It's several. At least 8, I would say.
No hot tub cuddles.
No, not this time.
What?
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 What? I didn't say that.
On that note, we're gonna go in the
On
hot
that
tub.
Hey, yo.
We'll be back after the Knicks beat the Cleveland Cavaliers by 20.
And we will be back after the Cavaliers come back and clamp the New York Brickerbockers. Evan Mobley's going to clamp Julius Randle's bitch ass up. You know that's going to happen because Julius Randle looks like a goof, and every single time he looks like.
Well, all I have to say is the real game is now, will the Cleveland Cavaliers score 80 points in this game? And the
Yes,
answer
they
is
will.
no.
You know what the crazy thing is? That was also a question last game
And the
when
Knicks
the
had
Cavs
90,
beat
okay?
you by 20. Do you remember when that happened?
17, actually.
Basically 20. And we were
17.
beating you by 20 the whole game.
17.
30 at one point. Do you remember when your team was down 30?
Yeah. Do you remember how you couldn't
Do you
hold
remember how that
lead,
felt? Do you
and
remember
we
how that
came
felt
back at
when
the
your
end?
team was down 30?
Remember how it was literally just the difference
How did
in
you
the
guys
second
crumble that
quarter
bad?
that we lost by?
How did you guys get clamped that bad?
We didn't have 32 at the half, okay? So you
Listen,
better quit
man,
running your
all
mouth
right?
because when you're
We're in a new building. I'm pretty sure that they cheat and they like blow wind or something at the basketball and the Cavs end. So I'm pretty sure that does happen. That's a very New York Knicks type of thing to do.
when you're a defensive
In
oriented
desperation.
team and you get clamped, that's tough. That's tough.
No, what?
Getting beat at your own game, that's tough for Cleveland.
What are you talking about?
But on that note, we're gonna go in the hot
They
tub.
weren't clamped. They're just missing shots.
Yeah, all right. So we're back. We got some things to talk about. Well,
I don't have anything to say.
one thing in particular. I'll I'll give the audience a run through as to what happened. So I'm pretty sure earlier in the podcast, I said that the Knicks were going to win by 20, and that is exactly what they won by. Also, I just want to note that you talk shit about how the Knicks almost scored less than 80 when that's exactly what your team did. And you knocked on wood to even make sure that something like that didn't happen. And it happened. No team this season has scored less than 80 points. And guess which team was the first team to do it? Your team, the defensive oriented.
The Cavs
team.
are winning game 4. I don't care, all right? The Cavs are going to win game 4. They're also going to win game 5 in Cleveland while we watch them. They're going to get up 3-2, and then they're going to do it in Madison Square Garden.
You think
and finish the series off.
You think the streaky Cavs are going to go on to win 3 games in a row?
All I'm saying is, if that were me out there tonight,
you would have 50.
I would have dropped 50.
No, if you were out there,
Not missed a shot.
Based on your game, you would have had 15 points, 8 assists, and like 4 steals.
Based on my game?
Your
4
game.
steals? I like that.
Yeah.
4 steals? I like that.
Yeah, you would have been fucking putting in effort out there. I
No.
know it.
The Knicks suck. They've always sucked, and they've always choked when it matters most.
It's
so
almost
I
like-
know they're going to do it again.
It's almost like people were saying this team is a contender and the Knicks are beating them.
Who? The Cavs are a contender?
Listen, if Jimmy High Roller says a team's a contender, it's a contender.
They are a contender.
Well, they're down 2-1 to the
I would say
Knicks.
that the Cavaliers are more of a contender than the New York Knicks.
Well, who's currently contending more?
The Knicks will not win a championship this year. I will bet my entire life savings on that.
I'm just saying. One team's labeled a contender and the other's up 2-1.
Because of one bad game.
Well, that's what I said about the Knicks last game.
Yeah, and look, the
And they
Knicks came
cooked
back
y'all.
and had a good game.
You know one thing?
That's
is
exactly what's going to happen next game.
we have Jalen Brunson and y'all don't.
Yeah, that's true, but we got someone that's better, so it doesn't matter.
Where was Donovan when it mattered most?
He literally scored more than Jalen Brunson did tonight.
By 1 point.
Yeah. Well, are we not comparing the two?
Who was more efficient?
I actually don't know.
It was Brunson.
Cap. Listen, Donovan Mitchell has had multiple 50-point playoff games, and he's going to do it once in this series at least.
Well, I would love to see
And that's
it.
going to be next game. Donovan Mitchell. No, I
'Cause
can't. I can't call anything. I'm knocking on wood. I'm not making any predictions. All right.
Yeah.
I'm done with predictions. I'm done with actually saying anything about the next game.
I'm
done
happy
with
making predictions
this.
because
No, 'cause that was actually wild. That's how it worked out, though. I say that the Knicks almost scored under 80 points in a game. We really did go out the next game and score 79 points.
and I said they would win by 20 and they won by exactly 20. It's kind of spooky how many
it's actually
things-
it's actually kind of spooky
Yeah.
though, because
Genuinely, there might be a second force influencing what's going on.
no,
in our
that
lives.
was actually wild though.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Well, you know what's gonna be wild is
It's on tape. We have it.
yeah. You know what's gonna be wild is when we go to watch the Cleveland Cavaliers lose.
Win in Cleveland.
No. What I'm saying is if the Knicks win the next game, which MSG is just different. When the Knicks get rolling, Cleveland Cavs are gonna roll over. Evan Mobley's gonna brick everything like he did tonight. Garland was nowhere to be found. Garland was like 4 for 21 from the
It's
field.
an off game. It's an off game.
Yeah, well,
Your team just had an off game. Literally the same thing happened to you last game.
you
So,
watch. We're gonna ride this momentum into game 3. Or I mean game 4.
You don't even know what game it is, man.
We're going to ride this momentum into game 4. And then game 5, when we go to watch them play, it's going to be the most awkward car ride because I'm going to giggle the whole way back home.
Your team
The
has not ridden any sort of a. What did you say?
what?
You said that that the Knicks were going to what into the next game? Ride what?
Momentum?
Ride momentum. That's what you said. Okay.
I don't
The
know.
Knicks
That's what I said.
we'll go with it. Your Knicks have not ridden the momentum since the series started. Had one good game, lost by 20. Had another good game, you're gonna lose
No,
again.
I
next
would
game.
like to correct you. Your team lost by 20. My team
We
lost
respond.
by 17.
We respond with minor adjustments. Your team happens to have a good game every once in a while, but
Well-
that's Jalen Brunson is goated. I will say. I've been talking about Jalen Brunson for a long time. He's one of the best point guards in the league now. But
He's genuinely top 10.
he is definitely top 10, I
And
think.
it's a deep position. I think one's unanimous. It's Curry. And then you could just go like,
Yeah.
If you count Luka as a point guard, it's Luka. Luka's right there.
But yeah,
It's kind of tough.
I don't know. Even if we do count Luka as a point guard, I still have Steph, honestly.
Yeah. And we back again.
And we back again.
yeah.
The next day, a little bit less under the influence at this point.
Yeah.
Nice thing to see. But
We were functioning well. We had a
were
good
functioning
time.
just
we
fine.
Were
We were
celebrating.
functioning just fine.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I
What
just
is that?
knocked shit over.
What is that? Is that one of those like?
Pegboard.
Why do you have a pegboard in here?
I can have a pegboard in
You
here.
play games or like games with the pegboard, or what are you
No.
doing? Guys playing carnival games?
You can
in
like
here?
hang stuff on it. I'm gonna show you.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, I see.
Never diss the pegboard.
Listen, I'm gonna diss the pegboard,
All right.
but what I am also going to diss is JB Bickerstaff's decision making throughout yesterday's game and throughout this 3-game stretch. I don't understand.
Yeah, he needs to be a little more consistent with it, but I'm terribly sorry
The
that
defensive strategy just wasn't there, man.
there was no offensive strategy.
There was no defensive strategy. We didn't do what we were doing in game 2.
Listen.
Which was just double teaming Jalen Brunson with a 5, and it was working. We have 2 of them.
The team known for the clamps got absolutely clamped, and that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't get cooked on the defensive end, though. I wouldn't say. You didn't even break 100.
We had 99, okay?
You didn't break 100, though.
You didn't break 80.
You didn't break 100, though.
Yeah, we won by 20. which
Talking
says
about
something.
someone's defensive game based off of their offensive game doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, no. At this point, I'm just
Just
happy.
throwing anything into
Knicks
the ring.
in 5. We won by 20. I called it. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Cavs in 6. We're getting actually, yeah, Cavs in 6.
He was gonna say Cavs
Cavs
in 5.
in 6. Cavs in 6. Cavs in 6.
Yeah.
I will say, we're gonna go back to New York. We're gonna be in MSG, and we're gonna cook the Knicks. Knock on wood again. I'm just knocking on wood after every prediction at this point.
Okay.
It's bad. New York Knicks in the Madison Square Garden are going to lose in the next game, and then Cleveland might lose a game after that, but I don't think it will. I think it's gonna be back to Cleveland after that, a dub, another dub at MSG, Cavs in 6. That's what's happening.
Knicks all the way. That's
Minor
all.
adjustments.
That's all I have to say.
Minor adjustments.
For us, you guys need to majorly adjust. What are you gonna do with Josh Hart? What
Yeah,
are
you guys
gonna
had to make
do?
some major adjustments after game 2 as well, and you did. I mean, I will say you didn't break 100
Yeah,
points. but you did make some
37-point
adjustments.
swing. Okay.
Hey, you made some adjustments, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
I'd like to see you guys win the next game by 20.
It was a tough game.
Yeah,
It was a tough game.
but it is what it is. It's
NBA
just a
script,
game.
man.
The thing I
That's
wanted to
script.
hop on here and talk about because I feel amazing right now.
I feel much better.
Yeah. There was a light at the end of the tunnel now that we're done school. Well, that and the weather's finally starting to get nice. So there are a lot of things that are just kind of lining up right now.
Yeah,
I heard you listening to Feels Like Summer in the shower.
it does, and it's amazing to listen to Feels Like Summer. It's like listening to September in September. It's like,
I've never been a listen to music in the shower guy.
that's crazy to me. That is like half of the game is listening to music in the shower.
Yeah, well, I've never been that guy. I'm a big just like, just
Be silent.
put
in
the
shower.
work in.
Put the work. I like that.
No,
You're
I
taking a shower and you want to put the work in.
No, I just think about life. I don't need music. I just
You can't think about life while you're listening to music.
Well,
That's what I do. When I listen to
especially
music too.
especially if I shower in the morning, I like plan out my day, like what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna, what I'm gonna do when I get out of the shower. Like, am I gonna go make some eggs or cook up some sausage?
How can you not do this while you have music on? This doesn't make any sense to me.
Because I'd be too into the music.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Music-
think a big part of the music for me is thinking about everything while I listen to the music.
I'm
lets
such an
your thoughts flow.
avid karaoke sing along type of person, and my body moves with the music too. I feel it in my soul.
Bro's body moves.
Yeah, it's impossible to play music in the shower and not bump to it. Like I
agree.
can't do all of those things at once.
It's
So,
not that many things, man.
No, like
You gotta think about something other
I
than
want to sing along.
how you're dancing.
I
to
want to
music.
sing along, dude.
All right. Well, I also sing along, but I don't know. I do some thinking in the shower as well.
Yeah. Well, we both have different brains.
We do. We have different. We definitely have very different.
We're
brains.
very different people.
But I think that that's part of why we're so close, though. Is
Yeah.
Because we have very different brains and we differ on things, but it's a part of our friendship as well.
We both enable each other to do certain things. That
Yes.
We're definitely enablers of certain
you
behaviors.
enabled me to be pissed off at you, and then I'm just pissed.
Well, this morning you were immediately angry at me for waking you up.
Yeah.
But you're like, we should work out. You're right.
Yeah, I guess.
And we did it. We
did it, and it felt good, and
Yeah.
it felt good to get it done.
Yeah. rocked a little cold shower after.
I was like, I hit a hot shower, and I normally end my hot showers with cold showers.
Yeah, we were just sitting there. I'm like, you ever just hit a cold shower? And you're like, bro, I usually do. I didn't hit one. I'm like, well, go hit one.
Made a second appearance in the shower,
Bro played music a second time.
Had to play music a second time.
How
That's
long
part
does
of the shower experience.
How
You're not
long-
living your life. It's really upsetting.
I know, but I'm trying to make the best of my time and sitting
Music isn't the best of your time.
for 5 minutes.
You're
and coming up with a
showering.
cue.
You have a whole day to get things done. There's nothing to be getting done in the shower other than showering and
No.
getting clean.
It's easier for you to say when you're here, you have no responsibilities. But this is my house. I gotta clean up after us. I gotta do dishes because I made.
Hey man, I
breakfast.
clean up sometimes. All right, I clean up.
You do. When I
I bring
ask
some
you to-
dishes up.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I'll admit
I didn't put the weights today. Weights away today, but
No.
it's a little unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, my ankle's still kind of bummed, so I'm being a little careful with it. But it's starting to get there. I'm starting to put a little weight on it, but it's still tough. Like the only basketball shot I can take is a Dirk fadeaway, the one-legged fadeaway.
Wasn't hitting them either. It's tough.
I was hitting some.
Yeah, you hit some.
Listen, we had a free throw competition, and I think you went 5 for 10.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
haven't been in rhythm lately.
Yeah,
I haven't been out there shooting.
That is tough. You didn't have a lot of time to warm up. The ball was wet. There are some excuses to be made. But
Yep, and I'm gonna make excuses.
But listen,
I'm the excuse king.
if when we're 1v1ing this summer and it starts raining, we're not quitting. We're gonna play till the end.
I'm not a bitch.
I stand by that.
Why would I quit?
Yeah, it starts snowing in the NFL. Do you stop playing?
No.
You keep playing. Snow game. Those are the best games.
Snow game.
Yeah.
Snow game basketball. Just no dribble.
Dude, we should
court's
play.
covered.
Let's play a snow game.
Let's play a snow game, but like in 2 feet of snow. So we're just full contact.
A reasonable amount of
You
snow.
can take 2 steps at a time, and then it has to be off the back.
It's a lot like European
either
handball.
shot or alley oop. European handball.
Yeah.
I like that. 3 steps. We can't play 1v1, but
It needs to be like -2. That's the perfect temperature. I can take like a 15-minute game in the cold. My hands will be out there freezing.
not -1. We don't want it to be too warm.
No, because then the snow's like almost melted at that point. I think
That 1
-2
degree,
is the
that 1
magic.
degree really does it.
It does make a difference. Like
Yeah.
that's the difference between having ice and not having ice in your fridge. Which my Brita water was frozen.
It is a crime that people don't have ice in their fridge or in their freezer. I don't
Well,
understand. I always
ice-
have ice. Why do you not want ice for things? And it takes 2 seconds to fill that thing up.
I don't know. As someone who's seen you take all the ice out of my tray and not fill it up, I'm gonna defend other people.
Cap. I've never done that.
Yeah, listen.
No,
I
if
know
you're an avid Brita user, which you are, and on both floors, then you
Yeah,
don't really need
I have a Brita on each floor. It's really at that point. But
ice in protein shakes is very nice though.
well, I wanted to get into this because we said we were doing a 2-part special. I'm gonna kind of play the outro that we recorded last night here at the end, but I just wanted to acknowledge that someone did kind of claim the prize from the one episode,
Yeah.
and now I'm gonna give away his other book.
Okay.
That's one of 2 giveaways. There will be one next week's episode. But for now, I want y'all to comment winning. So if you're listening to this, these are the rules of the contest. To claim, comment winning on the Iman Shumpert post on our Instagram. It's a video of him on Dancing with the Stars, and he's dancing to...
Don't give him too much information. They'll figure it out.
Yeah. He's dancing to an Outkast song. I won't say which.
Oh, well, now they'll know.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. But comment
Yeah,
winning,
that's all.
claim another great book by Tim Grover. He's a very good motivational mindset type guy. And if you're an athlete or even someone who's just trying to win life, which I think we all are, comment winning, and you'll get a copy of the book, brand new, sent by us. Yeah,
Iman Shumpert
post.
dancing. Tim.
Okay, you don't have to make fun of me. Listen, it's been a tiring week.
It has been a tiring
And
week. It's been a tiring year, and we're done with it, and we're going into a new season.
but we're hyped, and we hope you all are too. So
New season, multiple senses of the term.
yeah. But on that note, we'll fade into our little goofy outro we recorded last night. And yeah, you go to betterhelp.com/the6man.
Yes, sir.
We out.
We out.
6 man.
6 men, 6 man.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And I love Luka. Luka's like my favorite, if not one of my favorite players in the league.
Steph is proven, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I feel no need to go in deeper. This kind of wraps up the narrative of this podcast. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Like I really feel bad for you.
I don't want your sympathy.
You know?
I don't want your sympathy.
Well, we're going to go to Cleveland, and you're going to need it when the Cleveland loses in 5 games.
And you're going to be embarrassed of your team in Cleveland, and everyone's going to make fun of you for wearing a New York Knicks Porzingis jersey.
When the Knicks got flamed for not getting Donovan, and then they proceed to beat his team, which was labeled loaded when he went there.
It is loaded. What are you talking about? It is loaded.
Yeah, and you're going to lose to the Knicks in 5 games.
First of all, we have the youngest starting lineup in the league, and every single one of them has nothing but potential. I'm fine for the next 10 years.
I'm pretty sure the Thunder have the youngest starting lineup in the league. I don't know where you're getting that fact from, but you've been saying it.
Well, Cleveland has a better starting lineup than the Oklahoma City Thunder, and we're still just about as young.
Well, what does young mean in a playoff series? The only thing it means is you got.
I'm not talking about this playoff series. All I'm saying is I'm happy for the next 8 years, and you're talking about how the New York Knicks won by not getting Donovan Mitchell in a trade.
We didn't. I'm not saying we won. I'm saying we're going to win this playoff series.
Cap.
And I'm going to leave it at that.
Cap.
All right. Well, on that note, this has been a special episode of the Six Man Podcast. We will be back next week
to discuss.
Well, we'll do a little pre-Cleveland trip action, and then we'll also do another chunk where we record after. It's going to be exciting.
All right.
So if you want to hear pure devastation from the point of view of a Cavs fan.
It is tough to be a Cavaliers fan tonight.
Yeah. Tune into the Six Man Podcast next week where we talk about Cleveland losing to the Knicks in 5 games and us getting to watch it live.
Cap! That's all I have to say is cap.